Hey guys, this is Michael with spacesbox.com. Sorry, I'm wearing my shirt. I got this shirt at IGN. Also got another shirt at IGN. I went to it in Las Vegas, and not Las Vegas, but in Los Angeles. I was doing. That's when my laptop stopped working. I took my laptop to it, and the devil or something decided to kill it, and it was dead for about almost a year, and then somehow it started working again. It was working fine, then it's dead again. And then I transferred the insides of it to this other machine that was dead again also. And I had killed some of its hard drives, so I had to have some way to run that machine. So I put that in it. It hasn't been able to boot yet, but it was because it boots Windows 11, but the Windows 11 is for a laptop and for an Intel laptop, and it doesn't boot correctly because this is an older Intel processor, and also it doesn't do it basically crashes. Then the other one is, so I have to reinstall everything. Anyway, um, thank you for connecting to me on Spaces Box YouTube channel, and thank you for listening to me. Um, this is a cool little pamphlet from church I got. I guess I put it as a necklace. And part of my necklace is Saint Joseph prayer for us. I don't know if he prays for me or not. Um, I do believe in God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit, but also I'm not the greatest guy. I'm having some problems still getting my. I lost my phones. Now I've been able to locate most of them, but still haven't found my iPhone 12. My iPhone 15 that my brother paid for. He's been paying for it for like for. Then I paid for my 10 because when I got money, I was able to pay for the 10, and then I had a 6, then 10, and then I got this 15. Then I went back to the 12 Pro Max because I wanted a Pro Max, and I just couldn't afford anything expensive on the Pro Max. Uh, Supposedly my kids or somebody in my other dimension are creating a Linux version of the phone. Um, and it was what's similar to the Steam Deck, but not similar to Steam Deck. It's on the same type of template where you have a desktop, but you can also play games and also just have fun. Anyway, um, this is iPhone Pro Max. I haven't been able to log into Apple, so it still has some stuff from my when I was logging into Apple and having problems with my accounts. The problem with my accounts is it has an old um, credit card in there that I haven't used in a long time. It was removed. Credit card was removed. It should say current credit card is actually PayPal, and so it should be using PayPal and not or or something. Or it should say something else or ask me questions about my account. But I don't know why Apple's not working. But this is just an update video. This is an update video also on skiing and water sports and watercraft. Thank you for connecting to me. This is spacesbox.com. I can show you the badges if you want. I was CES 2025, 2026, and I also went trying to get to the TDA event. I'm going to pause the video and grab the badges. Just one second. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, I I do have these badges. And anyway, I have this badge. This was from a LAN party event. I'm trying to get a LAN party here in Rancho San Maria. I talked to some people at the. They have a Pokeball or something like coming in, and I thought maybe we could do something like the LAN event that they have, or a template of the LAN event they have, like they do at Lions Tech Tips or somewhere else. Like they did have a big, huge LAN here in Orange County. The only LAN I've really been to has been two LANs. One I hosted, and that was at when Laguna Woods still had their mall, and then the other event was at the event in the school at in University of California had one, and it was a huge event. It had a lot of different people playing games, and it was a fun event. I had a person living with me for a couple of days, and when he stayed with me a couple of days, he said he would give me something. He gave me a monitor that I used for a long time. Then it was from his dead sister, and now he's I think in jail or I don't know where he's at. And it was a friend of mine, Anyway, this is some previous badges. I'll go from the oldest one. It says, well, I got into CES as a buyer, and then sometimes I get in as attendee. But then I recently contacted them, and I've been going to CS for a long time, so they gave me a media badge, and this is in 2025. This is before I wrote the stuff about Donald Trump and about the stuff I wrote on other things. And it is a media badge, so when I'm media, this means I was press and media. And I was wearing this hat. I was wearing my red or blue CES Spaces Box shirt. I'm not wearing this shirt that I got at IGN event. I'm not wearing this hat. But I've been wearing this hat. I do wear glasses. And this is another badge. This is a badge that I had at CES, the current CES from 2026. It says content creator, but I talked to the person at the media desk and they said this was a media badge also. And I talked to the people, I sent an email and they sent me an email back saying it is a media badge. There's other things. This is a cross. I got this at the Salvation Army thrift store. It was broken apart and I hooked it back together. There's this snag tag from, and I made it my cross, and it's in my apartment. This is a hard drive, little USB thing. I took the USB and put a different one in because it didn't work, but this is just a way to put my wrist around and have a USB. So, just in case. I went to, this is one of the things I'm really proud of, and this is a, I don't like the frame on this, but this is me getting my bachelor's degree at 51 years old. When I got this, I was at 48. I went to University of at 46 or 37. I was going to Coursera I was doing information about being a student again, just learning stuff. And that when I was at Coursera, I decided to pay for a membership for a year, and then I ended up deciding to try to become Google IT certified. And when I did that, I also found out they offered a degree program through University of North Texas. And I went to University of Texas after most of the stuff for the Google IT certified was done. And they said, no, we couldn't do that, but they would love me to come. And then I worked really hard and got this degree. And with voices, it's really hard to get a degree. And so I did get this. I'm really proud of it. It's my, I have a management degree through University of North Texas. It was through Coursera, but it's also through University of North Texas at Frisco. And, I tried making this. I don't know if it's any good. I haven't tried it yet, but it's pineapple. I've been trying to learn cooking, so I have all my cooking. There's Cooking with Space, aka Michael Goldie. This is pineapple barbecue sauce from the thrift, from the dollar store, and bourbon. I don't know if it's going to be any good. I haven't tasted it. It was chicken. A voice in my head was supposedly Emperor 2. I made chicken for him, doing the same process, using barbecue sauce and chicken from the place was Trader Joe's, and he liked it because it was very barbecuey and very tasty. I'm hoping this tastes good. I haven't tried it yet. I'm hoping it tastes good. I did buy some chips from the dollar store also. So I've been buying most of my stuff from the dollar store because I can't make any money, and I've been trying to make money through PayPal donations. I've been trying to make money through Amazon. I've been trying to make money through different ways of making money. Also, I go out and get, I get stuff from recycle stuff like cans and stuff, but I also find stuff along the way at the trashes, and I bring it back and I try to sell it. Unfortunately, the TV I brought back that I was using as my sim rig TV is now gone because it was broken. I did buy this recently. My aunt sent me some money. I bought this, and I bought a speaker. The speaker's broken already, but this is still working. This is actually the second version of this because it got stuck. One day I somehow twisted it to her, it just got stuck. So I'm using this as the second one. This one doesn't have a straw. The first one, the original one, did have a straw. I like the straw. Anyway, so that's my update for that. Let's watch the update for other stuff. I'm going to let you watch the I did recently request that we get water sports or watercraft, or uh, you know, somebody that wants to ski or water ski, or wants to use the remote control boat, or their or do something like that, or if they want to, and they can zone it where they can zone it to on certain days you can do this, and certain days you can do that, certain days you can do that, or if they want to, they can completely zone it out. And I guess that's what they did. They just completely zoned it out, where they wouldn't allow any type of gas powered boat, or then they said maybe electric boat. Well, some electric boats now have enough energy that they can pull a water skier, and so why not? Or some electric boats can be, used as there's probably jet ski boats that are electric. Why can't they use those? Is it the noise? What is the problem? I don't know. And I do show that they do have a boat on the lake, and I think they have boats on this other lake too. And I don't want Mission Viejo mad at me. I don't want the city of Mission Viejo. I don't want the association, the homeowners association who runs that lake, mad at me. I lived in a homeowners association. I thought it was pretty interesting in Casaloma, and I was also Friendship Shelter paid for our rent, but they did pay the home association fees. But the home association also brought in some neat things. I wish they would have done solar for the buildings, but they did bring in power. They brought in power for the people who had electric cars and stuff could power their cars. I thought that was neat. I wish they would have also brought in washing stations so you could wash your cars there. I want that about this apartment. I wish they'd also bring power into this apartment also. I don't, but that who owns the apartment chooses to do that. On that, I wish the homeowner association would do that, because sometimes you can't take it to some fancy place to get it washed or cleaned, or do something you have to do at home or do it in your garage. Anyway, this is a video of the of them of me when I'm at the. I walked earlier today, and this is me at the lake. And this shows the boat, what's actually on the lake right now. This is why I don't think they say this boat goes around, and they say there's no boat servicing or no one doing any work on the lake. That's bullshit, and I think they should know that. Also, if this boat's on the lake, why can't jet skis and why can't watercraft be on the lake other than this boat? If they're part of the association, I guess the association doesn't want business. If it doesn't want business, it's fine. I understand it. But they do have a boat ramp, and they do have other boats. Water powered, peat powered boats. But they do have this boat. If they have this boat, why can't we have water skiing or jet skiing or have fun? I don't know why they won't do this. And I see this on some of the other lakes. OC deserves to have fun. Why can't OC have fun? This is my question. Why can't OC have fun? Anybody in OC? This is my question. Do we want to have fun? Or do you want to have fun? It's a hot day. You want to be on the lake. You come to this wonderful club. Wouldn't you want to go out and maybe just water ski or jet ski or have fun? I'd say you would. It's great. It's a great place to be at. And then there's a lot of homeowners and other things around here. Anyway, this is my thing. This is Space from spacesbox.com. And if you check me out at Spacesbox. I have all that stuff on podcast on Spacesbox podcast about my CES 2025, 2026. And I'm also trying to go to Taiwan show Computex. It's in June. I'm also trying to do other things. I'm trying to be accepted as media there. I knew some girls in the press area at CES that talked to me about coming to that show. Maybe they'll help me get into media. Anyway, check me out on Who Be Michael Gouldy and michaelgouldy.com. And also check me out at spacesbox.com. And also check out other things on my 13, 14 YouTube channels. And I appreciate your support. Have a great day, guys. This is Space from spacesbox.com. Have a great day. Okay, that shows the video. I did shoot it with my iPhone 15, my iPhone Pro Max. I finally got into the iPhone Pro Max. Somehow there was a mode where I could get into I can't install anything. I can't install any software. I have all this laundry that I can't do laundry without programs. I do have my old Android phone. I can probably put the SIM back into it. It's a free phone with access wireless through Obama program. My iPhone 15, I still haven't been able to locate. Access wireless was nice enough to let me use an iPhone Pro Max on their service. I don't know if they're going to ask me, they're going to start charging me $45 a month, but because I'm still disabled on disability and everything else that relates to that, I was going to pay him. I actually even talked to Cox about going to Cox Mobility to transfer, get a eSIM for Cox, or transfer to Cox. I was on their service. It was called I don't know the name right now, but I did advertise for them. I tried to sell their mobile service, and I did use it when I was connected with. My friend gave me his Pixel 3, and he was showing the Graphene OS port of the Android operating system, and that was pretty neat. But I was trying to get the App Store and everything to work, and then it suddenly just completely died one day, and then I basically released the videos. The videos are on my donation request list, but I'm trying to. I finally just threw the phone away. I should have kept it. I kept it. Tried to find the SIM for it, but I couldn't find the SIM, so I had to find some way of doing it. And since I already owned this phone because I got free um, Access Wireless was on this Android phone, I tried to just transfer it, and it somehow worked. It worked initially, and then when I tried to add my account back up, I couldn't. This phone is really, really slow. It's based on Android Go, not Android 15, Android 12, or it's on based on Android Go. This phone is based on the Pro Max. It has the most current version of iOS, so it's a lot better. Has more RAM than this. This is 32 gigs of RAM, and I don't know the internal RAM is, but the storage is 32. Then I had a big SD card, but I can't find that. It's a 512 SD card or 256 card, so I could have music on it. So I could, when I walked, I could enjoy listening to music. Um, I did get this Pro Max is a Pro Max with 256. My iPhone 10 was with 256. When I asked my brother, he wanted. I asked him for an iPro Pro or Pro Max. He decided that I just needed a regular iPhone 15 regular, and that's what I got. I and it was a great phone, but the phone problem with me was I was doing the CES stuff, and I wanted it for CES. I wanted to do reports and other things on media, and that's why I like the phone. Anyway, um, also there are good Android phones. There are also good, I think Linux phones will come out that are pretty decent. Linux has been pretty good, and Android is based on Linux because the thing that runs Android is actually the Linux, unless they have Fuchsia running the base operating system, and that would be Fuchsia running, and then Android on top of Fuchsia, or Fuchsia completely running. And Fuchsia is a totally different operating system. And then if you look at stuff with Amazon, their sticks are, I think, Android, but they might be going to their own version also. Anyway, and there's also different versions of different operating systems. I played with Linux when I was I started playing with Linux when I was Knoppix and Mandrake. And when I was in Finland, they told me about it when I was a foreign exchange student for when I was 18 or 19 years old. And I recently sent them a letter asking, giving me an apology, trying to rework my connections with the Rotary clubs and also with the people back in Finland. Because I'd love to go back to Olin and see some people and just give them a report to the Rotary Club. And I want a relationship with them. I want a relationship with my family and friends and family I love, people different in the family I know. And maybe that's just who I am. I want our world to have a relationship with other people, and maybe that happens, maybe it doesn't. Anyway, appreciate you watching. Let's look at some other stuff, and then I'll show it to you. This is my main thing. It has my the very top has check out Soyerki multi plugin, and then there's Proton Mail service. The link for Proton Mail service. I just recently switched over to Michael Gouldy at their protonmail.com. I may stay with Google and Gouldy at Gmail, but I may move over to them. They do charge, and then but they also don't. And there's some things here for getting money on PayPal and donations on Patreon and stuff. And then there's a me. And then over to the left, there on the left there is a playlist for Go Country, and then there's me. And then there's a request for support. And there's also Spaces Box, Sim Race, Spaces Box, Michael Gouldy Live, Sim Racing with Michael Gouldy, or look for me on YouTube or on Google, Michael Gouldy. Then we have a donation sponsor request for CS 2020 Media, 26 content creator, and then Computex Media possibly, and then Press and Media for YouTube, Patreon, PayPal donation, Patreon membership in kind, Hoobie, Michael Gouldy, MichaelGouldy.com, Spaces Box, place, MichaelGouldy.live, Summation with Michael Gouldy, or search for Michael Gouldy, and these are different links for different things. Then we have the links. Check out Vegan Works with Michael, Cooking with Space, aka Michael Gould. Check out Spaces Box. Check out Spaces Box Charity. I hope you support. Check out Child's Play Charity on there. Check out Friendship Shelter Charity. Check out Salvation Army Charity. Check out different charities along the way that I've seen, and they've helped me, and some of them haven't helped me. VR with Michael. Check out Sim Racing with Michael. Humble Bundles. There's bundles that are people donate to these bundles, and then they get software or games or whatever that goes with Home Bundle. Then Prayer 365 KJGO is just music with country western music here in California. Simply Amused Man is a guy that is a friend of mine that sings, and I think he's a lounge loser because his music sometimes sounds like it. Simply StarTech.com is the first company that gave me a donation a long time, and PC Cooler was another company that gave me a donation. Hard to Cure is my dad's business. This is spacesbox.com. This is PayPal donation. This is Patreon and the Patreon membership and Patreon links and PayPal donation and Patreon. This is housing. I got housing through. I paid for housing, and then also Salvation Army paid for some housing for 6 months, and so did Friendship. But Friendship then later got me in their program. I appreciate my families and all the places where I worked, and then also Friendship. The people on YouTube, the people on Instagram, the people on Facebook, the people on TikTok, all those different networks I'm connected to. These should be my badge. Shows my badges when I'm gone to CES. Some as media buyer, some as media, some as content creator, some as different things. I've gone to CES a long time. I've been going to CES since 2006 or 2007. I also went to AVN when I went there the first time. This is some phone codes or different codes. If you look at the links, it goes to different things, and somehow Naruto got in here. I don't know how, because I am a big Naruto fan, and I do have another channel I'm trying to build maybe a Naruto fan base on. But these are just links that different to different things, and as me, and it shows also I make $1,199 a month, and then it says Innovex. This is charities I hope you support. These are different charities I hope you support. I'm not in a charity, but if you want to help me, you can. If you want to help the charity, that's great too. These are just that same thing with just different ads. And then I did have this video where I talked a lot. And then X profile. And then we have this video with me and Hoobie. And then we have this video with my wide format. Sometimes I play games. And then these are different videos on me on the phone. And there's just me talking. And then this is... Hey, this is Michael Gouldy with spacesbox.com. And there's also one... Hey, this is Michael Gouldy with... There's also a pantry I work for sometimes at Slant. Hi, this is Michael with spacesbox.com. I've been... Anyway, I appreciate you watching. Thanks for watching. Enjoy my content. If you can help me support me, I do. I want to go to the thing in Taiwan. I'd love to go back to Olin because I'd love to meet some people that I'd love to go. There's supposedly my reunions coming up for another reunion for my 35 years, maybe from Tascosa is coming up. I also want to see some people from Emerald High since I did go to Emerald High in Tascosa when I was going through high school, and also I want to go to a reunion for the people back in Olin, if possible, to see people I met and knew then at my time in my high school. Also, I CES 2025, 2026 media. I know not Innovex has not yet happened, so I'm not their media, but I'd love to. I've registered and try to get in there. I also am. Um, I've been praying. I hope and pray for you. I do have this hat. I do have a white hat like this. I did buy them for CES 25, 26, or 25. There's a white one. I don't wear it very often. It does have a humble bundle on top, and then on the left, this is humble bundle, and then on this one is NASA. And then I did have some other things from different events from IGN, and also I did at one point want to have a thing from different places I've gone along the route. Anyway, um, yeah. Anyway, I do have a Steam Deck. I did pay for a Steam Deck and a computer with a loan from the government when I was going through high school, through college at University of North Texas. I did buy this Steam Deck. I did modify it. I put a 2 terabyte hard drive. I did get the 2 terabyte from China. I think it was on eBay. The version of this was it's supposed to go actually into like a Microsoft because it's a smaller one. I did go in there and install it. I did put Windows. I did put Linux. The Steam Deck version of Linux, and then Windows, and then I even had I was trying to put Kali in it, and then I was also thinking about putting Ubuntu, and then there's also Bakatira that allows you to play ROMs and stuff. Anyway, it's a cool little thing. They do have their versions of the controller that's coming out, and then they do have their VR, and then they do have their um, uh, their little computer that's coming out. I think it's going to compete with Framework. The Framework computer looks pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. There's this thing that I think is pretty cool. Is if you want to learn how to fly a remote control plane or helicopter, you can see this in RC Cars and Planes and Drones. You can also see it also used on Michael Cooley Live YouTube channel. There's also this. It was bought at Costco. My sister-in-law or my brother buy it for me. It's the first gift I've had in a long time when I went and see their kids. I got to spend some time with my nephews and nieces and was able to spend Christmas with them when he's going through, and now he's a full doctor. He's the one who I sent a letter to originally to Donald Trump to send him a letter saying congratulations for graduating high school for college. He later went and finished his doctorate, and he finished his thing to become a fellowship in pain management. I went to visit him when he was doing his fellowship. Anyway, he was my friend. He was my brother Christian. He got married recently. He has kids, and he's a great brother. But sometimes I have issues with him just because he promised me I'd come visit him, and I never came. I did loan him some money before I was homeless at Salvation Army, and no one helped me. And I loaned my other brother some money before I went to Salvation Army. They didn't help me either. Is when my dad owned the property, and then we got the money from, and then I helped a lot of people spend a lot of money on stupid stuff, but also just a lot of investments came up, didn't work out, and I wish I would have done better because I've been through some other investments that I wish I would have made. Like I wish I would, when Bitcoin was $17,000, I wish I could have had some money to buy Bitcoin at $17,000. I wish I would have bought more of this stuff called Ethereum, because I was selling it because I had to get money for food and stuff, but for $8, when now I find out it's like $4,000. And then there's other things that I found that there's a little investment here sometimes pays off later. I'm hoping this investment I'm trying to let you watch my show is going to be an investment worthy of your time and effort. and I hope my investment in you as my person watching my YouTube and enjoying my YouTube and enjoying my different connections, it doesn't make count. I do talk to Voices of Men. Some say they're with Apple and with different places along the way, and I want them to understand that I'm giving a product and service back to them by using their products and talking about the products and services, and they should do the best for me as I do for them. Um, I don't know if you want to do that. I don't care. I pray, and then hopefully the world gets better. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I enjoyed trying to talk to you about it. Um, there's also, I don't talk to about it very often. Sometimes my friends make fun of me. There's this old blue headset. Sometimes my friends thought it would make me sound more sort of. But anyway, I don't use it very often. I've been using the mic off of this camera. It's a 360 camera. Its a brand is uh, Insta Insta 360 Link, and it's an Insta 360 link. So it can go 4K. I don't use it as 4K very often. I do use my iPhone and Android, and I also use the second camera is a Logitech camera, and then I have a third camera that's an air camera that I gave my roommate. She wasn't using it. I asked for it back, and I was going to put on my sim rig to look at my feet, and then use this on my sim rig to do video on my sim rig. I've been having problems getting my sim rig going for sim racing with Michael, but I thought this was a cool way of doing it where I can have video of, I can go over here and say, hey guys, how y'all doing? And I can go over here. And there's two different cameras. I actually have three. And maybe I could even do an interview here and give it out to the people. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching. Check out my podcast at Spaces Box. Check out my different links. I have them on Hoobie, Michael Goldie. I do also have them listed on the donation request on spacesbox.com. And then I have michaelgoldie.com. And if you go to Spacesbox, there's links on Spacesbox to different things. I appreciate your time and energy. May God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit and the Holy Ghost be with you. And if I'm an imp God, then may that go with you also. And may the life of happiness be yours. And we hopefully we all to get together and adapt and overcome and make our world a great, wonderful place that I believe it is. And I'll talk to you later. Have a great day, guys.